Well, good evening, everyone. How are you doing tonight? We're just waiting here for Gabriella to show up. She went over to gussy herself up. For some reason, I think I just got a notification that she posted this on Real Talk by mistake. It wasn't supposed to be on Real Talk. Let me see. So I could be wrong, but we had said all week long that it was going to be on the other side. So hopefully people realize that it's on here. Until Gabriella comes over, I am going to do the weather like I normally do. It's cold, guys. And we're going to keep on going in and out like this because we have that background on. I need to get a green screen for behind us. If it starts driving you guys crazy, let us know, and we'll just put a regular background on. So, no, I think she might get some the munch on because she didn't eat supper, but I'm not sure if she's going to get some pizza rolls again or something like that. So, our temperature right now is 9 degrees, and it feels like -7. Our low is supposed to be 5, which is going to end up getting 7 below. They said we could get 15 below or more. Tomorrow we're supposed to still be in the deep freeze with 18 degrees and -3, which we'll probably get because we're having wind gusts of like 55 miles per hour. Starting Monday, though, we're supposed to get up into the mid-30s. Tuesday, we might actually hit 50. I'm disappearing and appearing. If that starts driving you guys crazy, let me know. I do like the background. I think it's real nice. We just gotta. I'm gonna get some poster board and I'm gonna see if I can make a green screen. So if that starts driving you guys crazy, let us know. We'll put our regular background on. Trying to think of else. As you can see when you popped on here tonight, our Saturday shows will be Gather and Gab. I hope you guys like that name. We went through a list. We kind of thought that was catchy for us. So I noticed I don't know. I'm moving now, but it's still doing that. I don't know why maybe it's just the pixelation itself. I don't know. It's crazy. We're magic. Here I am. There I go. Here I am. There I go. Maybe that's what it is, how close we are to it. Maybe that's it. I noticed that, But then you get to see my creepy ugliness. Ooh, that's yuck. Okay, whatever. As soon as Gabriella comes over, we'll start going into, like I said, she said she had to go guzzy up. So let me see if I look any better if I have my hair down tonight, because actually the disappearing thing, maybe I look like a wicked witch with it down. I don't know. Either way, whatever. I'll go different tonight. We're doing pet peeves and dreams tonight. So I hope all of you guys have a list of your pet peeves written up. We can also talk about dreams if you want to discuss dreams. That's actually kind of driving me nuts. Do you guys want me to, if I can even know how to get rid of the background? Let me see. Visual effects. There we go. And you know what? Let me get the mirrored thing out because we have it on mirrored. Let me see. Visual effects. Camera. There we go. Is that better from that flashing? Yeah. I don't want anybody to have an epileptic seizure or something. So what I told Gabriella, and I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think if I get that poster board that I used over Halloween with the projector, I think if I make a poster board or something, make it as a green screen behind and have that background up, I don't think it'll flash in and out like that. But I don't want anybody to have any kind of an epileptic seizure or anything like that. So I hear Gabriella, she's probably going to make a cup of coffee and then she'll be right in. So we'll just chit chat until. Gabriella, did you accidentally put that on for tonight on Real Talk? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we're on the other side tonight.
Real Talk, that's my fault. Yeah.
Oh, Eric, Matthew. It was Eric's fault, guys. Yeah, see, it was just I pulled up like I think 10 different backgrounds so we can have a different background. But I know by watching some other channels, I know when I watch Raw Side sometimes on hers, I'll notice she'll have this gorgeous background, but she kind of like there's that shadowy, and if she moves, she kind of like disappears a little bit in that. And then they're like, okay, I know a lot of it involves the green screen. I was hoping that it wouldn't get trippy like that, but I like I said, I worry more concerned about the audience and that, and I don't want anybody to have an epileptic seizure. So, if you notice on the ticker on the bottom of the screen, it does say disclaimer, and I figured I better put disclaimer on it because we are going to say pet peeves, and some pet peeves people might not like the pet peeves, but you know what? They're ours. They're not meant to offend anybody. They're not meant to harm anybody. It's just, that's what ours is. You're going to have your own. Some of them are kind of, I call it a pet peeve of mine, but some of them is indigenous to the area. Like there's a couple that I have on here, and they're things that people say down in South Carolina, and it drives me insane, but that's indigenous to that area. So when I say them, I'm not meaning to insult or what's the other word, kind of insult or hurt anybody in any way by saying them, because that is how they talk. But I'm allowed to have it. It's our show. It's my pet peeve. So that's how it's going to be. So I hope people have it. And as far as dreams, I had to take our background off. I kept on disappearing. And it was almost like flashing.
We need a green screen.
Yeah, and it kept on flashing, and I don't want anybody to have a seizure or anything like that. So we do have to worry about stuff like that.
We need a green screen.
Yeah. I'll see if I can get a couple of those poster boards together and paint them green and see if we can do that. Because you just uploaded a bunch of really nice backgrounds for us to use. We have one for each one of our shows now. And we had that new one there. They did like the new background but people were starting to trip a little bit. Oh, B squared, thank you. No, I don't know. I'm looking at myself and I look like an old witch or something. Like I don't like how I look, and it just I can never make myself happy. So
I look like I just woke up.
But you did just wake up not long ago, right? You said you took a nap because
yeah, but I don't like looking like I just.
You're always pretty. My God, I mean,
I look pale.
Your worst day,
how pale
you look better than what I do on my best day.
I look like I'm dead.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You're retarded.
Okay.
So, hi, everyone. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to, before we start our pet peeves and everything, as everyone knows, this is an open forum. We're talking to you like as if you're sitting right here in the living room with us. I did order some custom Universal Yums. They were already shipped out, so I'm thinking they might be here Monday or Tuesday, so that'll be a special show. I'm trying to see if I can get that big holiday variety, which was snacks from countries around the world of what they usually buy for the holidays. What else? Gabriella has some snacks that Dylan got that wants us to try.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to try them tonight. We just need to, if we're gonna do it like the challenge, we just need it like a grocery bag. Put it in front of the grocery bag.
We'll see, because I don't want to. We'll see. Maybe we can have a special edition tomorrow afternoon, even, or something, just for that. But we'll have to, like at 1 o'clock, when the dogs are usually taking their naps, or something. We'll figure it out. We'll work it all out. What else? Tomorrow I will be working on our Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday lineup for next week. At the end of the month, they will be shipping out our other Universal Yums for March, and then probably the first week or so of March will be that. What am I missing? Not at all. Your hair looks great. You guys, you don't need to be that kind. Like, like
beautiful hostess. Thank you.
Beautiful hostess. No, I just, I'm
Knock
not,
it off.
I'm
Nope.
looking.
No negativity.
I look like
no negativity. Nope.
Okay, we'll continue. I still got 6 people on already, so I hope you guys like this new show. Saturday shows on Gather and Gab. If sometime in the future you don't really, I like Gather and Gab, right? Yeah.
Did you see what I put for our little like description thing?
No,
Wow.
Yeah, because you put it on Real Talk.
Yeah.
This is the other side.
This is Real Talk.
Oh, well, how did we get on Real Talk? It's supposed to be on the other side. We're not supposed to be on Real
Because
Talk.
I set this up. I asked
Okay,
Eric if
yeah.
it was on Real
Okay,
Talk.
guys, for now on, I didn't realize, because Gabriella set this up. For now on, guys, Gather and Gab will be on the other side, not on Real Talk. Because Real Talk, we're going to keep focused on our research stuff. The other side, since it doesn't have as many, and I'm trying to build that channel up, we're going to have that as our relaxing channel, especially for Saturday. So from next Saturday on, the other side. But they should have got a notification, because I had it on. They should have got a notification on the other side. I posted that on Friday, or yesterday was Friday.
They
I posted
probably
it on
did,
Thursday.
and then looked for it and could find it and was like, well, you probably just on the other
Eric! I've been saying that all week long. The other side, the other side, the other side. Okay. Yeah. So for now on, Saturdays, I'm going to make a schedule. Tuesdays and Saturdays, the other side. Thursdays, Real Talk. If we have anything special pertaining to Universal Yums or a special research topic, those will always be, or majority of the time, be Real Talk. So
that's what the description.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. But remember, from now on, I even had it on our Facebook page. William Edwards. Who's William Edwards? Welcome. Welcome. Hope you guys enjoy this, because, like I said, I did not realize right now until up now that we were actually on Real Talk. And the funny thing,
It's mine and Eric's fault. I wasn't sure, and so I asked Eric, and Eric was like, I think Real Talk. And so I was like, okay, cool.
how are you, William? What brought you here today? Is it the topic, or you just were scrolling and it showed up? How did you end up with us tonight?
How you be here?
How you be here? What, Eric?
It kind of works out if you think about it. I mean, what better way to promote the Gather and Gab segment by having it on the Real Talk, because we get more viewers.
That will make sense too. So Eric has a valid point. So as you guys are coming up here, keep in mind Gather and Gab's shows will be other side starting next Saturday. I started this channel.
I think you might have started watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a B squared got it. There we go.
Yeah,
She explains
that's it.
right there. It's perfect. We know it's a test. we're testing you.
It was all test.
So,
A mind fuck, if you will.
okay, now again, as I said, you see that disclaimer on the bottom. As we're saying our pet peeves, you guys can say something on there. You can agree, you can not agree. Please feel free. Oh, thank you. Please feel free to jump in and say, hey, wait a minute, I have a pet peeve. That's what this forum is about tonight. So, okay, I'm going to start. My first pet peeve is people not knowing how to close doors all the way. You go into the kitchen, you open up a door like a cupboard drawer, and a little thing says, push it back in. When you go out to the kitchen and the door's still open by like 6 inches, or a cupboard door's still open. Outside doors, if you don't hear a click when you're shutting the door most likely isn't closed, so listen for that click. A sliding door, usually a sliding door, you'll hear it bump when it's closed. If you don't hear that little tap, little bump, that door isn't closed.
Cactus is guilty of that.
Cactus.
Shame.
You guys are going to find out you're going to be guilty of some of these things. So I think we're all going to say, oh shit, I do that. Like the other night when I said the dude, it's not that I'm against anybody saying the word dude, but when you say dude 100 times in about a minute's time, that is a pet peeve. So Linda, my mom and dad always said, were you born and raised on a farm? There's a door there for a reason. Learn how to shut it. Gabriella, one of your pet peeves.
People chewing with their mouth open. I can't stand it. Or like loud chewers.
I was just going to say that. I was going to add on to that. People chewing.
Loud chewers. It drives me nuts. And I just.
Yep.
I can't.
Yep. Anybody have a pet peeve that they want to throw out real quick before I do my next one? Eric, you want to throw one out?
Because you're taught to chew with your mouth shut, because that is the polite and respectful
But you don't want particles flying out as you're chewing.
Just like decency.
Eric, throw a pet peeve up.
Well, I can't get on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay. Cactus, Linda, throw a pet peeve out. William, you have a pet peeve? Ronan? Somebody throw a pet peeve out.
Yes, loud chewing is annoying. Yep.
It is.
It doesn't even have to be food. It can be gum. People with gum who chew like a freaking cow.
Yeah. I agree. That's very annoying.
It literally makes me just want to slap them.
I agree with that one, Gabby. I stopped dating someone because they were loudmouth chewers. That it's just weird, it's just like, why do you have to do that? I mean, I understand some foods when you chew, it makes a sound in your mouth. So the food itself will like the crunch. Or,
yeah, if it's like chips or popcorn or maybe like even taffy, that's acceptable because taffy is very chewy. Sometimes gets stuck in your teeth.
Because
you have to. Popcorn, you get popcorn kernels stuck in your teeth, and chips. Sometimes they're just loud when you close your mouth anyway, but those are acceptable.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like spaghetti slurping soup. Which I guess it's disrespectful in like Asia if you don't slurp.
Yeah. Well, that's the same as burping and cutting loose. Some traditions, if you don't do that, they're offended. They want to hear those sounds. But
yeah, which I didn't know about until a little while ago.
So if nobody else, come on, guys, jump in. This is open forum. You guys are all part of this open forum. Please jump in. I'll go with the next one. Walking into the bathroom. This mainly pertains to men. You go into the bathroom. You're a female. Especially sometimes I'll go in the middle of the night. I don't feel like flicking the light on. I just want to hurry up, do my business, and run back into bed.
Cactus said one thing I'm not a fan of is people who leave their cups or dishes laying around.
Everywhere. Yep. I agree. Yeah. That drives me crazy, especially if where they have them at is not that far from the kitchen. Take them out. That's another part though. We'll get on that one. My next one is guys not knowing how to put that damn toilet seat down. I cannot tell you how many times I went into the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I don't, like I said, sometimes I don't want to flick the light on because I just want to go and do my business, come out. And next thing you know, I'm kind of feeling a touch of water on my butt cheeks. And it's because the guys didn't put the seat down.
See, I don't really have that issue. Dylan, he's actually really good about that.
Your dad's the worst.
He's actually really good about that. I think
Your
maybe
dad is
once
the
or
worst.
twice he forgot, and I didn't yell at him. But
He's
I was like,
getting better too. And he thinks too that we have one of those that if you just touch it, the seat automatically goes down. If you touch it, it does come down a little
bit.
way, but not the whole way.
Yeah.
So too, that's the other thing. You go, you sit in it, you go in, and sometimes I don't turn the light off, and I feel that the seat poking me, and they're like, he didn't put it the whole way down again.
Linda said, I hate dirty dishes left in the sink all night.
We have a habit of having that here. I don't like it either, but our dishes accumulate so freaking fast because everybody uses them. Matter of fact, I started buying a lot of paper plates because Eric is my big dishwasher here in the house. He likes to help me with a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I don't like that either, but guilty, and we're not guilty. I'm sorry. I hate it, but guilty. Gabriella?
My next pet peeve is when things don't go to plan / plans change when they're supposed to start. So I don't know why this irritates me so much, but it does. When something is planned, like you're supposed to go somewhere or you planned on hanging out with family or something, and then it gets changed to last minute, that drives me insane because I was like, I was prepared this whole time to go to this place, do this thing, and now we're not doing anything. And like, what are we going to do now? We don't have any plans today. So what are we going to do?
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. And that's
Unfortunately, that does
really
happen. I know
times.
that's happened with us a couple times. And that's why a lot of times when I talk with your dad and we're not making plans because every time we make plans at the last minute, something happens and we can't do it. So
it happens quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
that angers me too. Cactus, another thing, not a fan of people letting their dog leave a deposit on their lawn. Oh my goodness. We clean up after our dogs, but our neighbor on this way, she has 2 little dogs, and her dogs will come up and crap on our lawn. Matter of fact, the one time they come up barking at me and tried to almost run inside of our house. And I'm there, you know what?
little white dog.
Oh yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. It's a little brat. And
it runs like full force at you. It's scary.
And Linda goes, I hate being late for things like appointments. I hate being late for appointments too. Sometimes you just can't help it, but it's really not good. It's like I told people even for when they came for interviews and stuff, it's always good to be early than late, but sometimes you just can't help that. But I think nobody really wants to be late for an appointment. So even though it's a pet peeve, it's a legitimate pet peeve.
Yeah.
Like,
that one's acceptable.
So whose turn is it?
Oh, I'm guilty of that sometimes too, leaving dishes. If it's late, I leave them. Then I'm cranky faced in the morning.
Yep.
Eric's pet peeve.
Pet peeve. Okay, let me pull it up. Eric, pet peeve. Instead of people saying I have proof, they say I brought receipts. That's getting so prevalent now. Like,
it was kind of funny when it first started, but now it's annoying because it's like becomes part of people's vocabulary, and then you're like, receipts for what? What did you buy? Like,
well, and how did that start? I'm kind of wondering how that even started, and then like, because to me it's like I have proof that happened. I don't think I've ever said I have the receipts.
It started from like when people say that they like wrote down proof or they have screenshots, instead of saying that, It's
Yeah,
I have receipts.
yeah, I know how, but I mean, where did it start? Like, did it start online? How, like, where did it like from? Like, but I mean, is it from like content creator, or did it start like on like how?
I think it's just a random person. It was like I brought the
I
receipt,
like that,
and
that's kind of.
monkey's here.
Hi, Monkey. Welcome to the show. You probably went, well, everybody probably got the notification for the other side, and they're like, she's not there.
Can we just blame TikTok?
Well, probably because a lot of that stuff does kind of start there. So it's kind of, that is.
It could have been from TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was definitely either an influencer or a random person that was like,
it's just too many people right now are using it. Like, I understand where they're coming from with it, but it is a little like, just say, I have the proof.
oh, that's another
Oh,
one.
you know, another one. I got one too. Here's one. I'm going to say it now before I forget it. Okay, if you're like in the middle of like an investigation, or you're in the middle of something, hi Addie, you're doing something and something happens and you question, you go, instead of saying, I swear to you guys, I didn't move, that wasn't me, they go, I promise you, that wasn't me, that I didn't do that. No, that's not right. It's I swear I didn't move. Where did that I promise you? Like, when you promise, it's something. I just don't understand. That's confusing to me. Where you say, I promise you I didn't do that, rather than I swear to you that wasn't me. That kind of like that's a burr up my butt. And I don't know how that started, but I know I love Twin Paranormal, and I'm not trying to offend anybody there. People might like them, people might not. We happen to like them. They say that a lot. But I've noticed in the last couple episodes, though, they have been saying, I swear to you, instead of I promise you. So, Linda, a person borrowing a car and returning it with an empty tank. That's a good one. That's a pet peeve.
Yeah.
Or people borrowing stuff in particular and not bring it back in the same condition as what it was when they borrowed it. So that's a very, very, very good one. Anybody else on there have any?
These are all so accurate. These these pet peeves are so 100.
So Gabriella, your turn, I think.
My next one, which was going to be a different one, has now turned into a new one. People doing trends that could potentially kill them or become deadly.
Yeah, it's just plain.
A while ago, there was the cinnamon challenge, which if you have asthma or breathe in too much, makes your mouth so dry that you can't breathe. The freaking Tide Pod challenge. How about the half hanging themselves till they pass out? There's that one, and there's a new one where you hold your breath and like do something, and which I guess was like on trend like 20 years ago, but it came back for some reason, where you hold your breath and you make yourself pass out. You cut oxygen to your system and make yourself pass out.
Crazy.
And sorry, when we were younger, there was a trend that kids thought were so funny and hilarious, where they would punch somebody in the chest and make them stop breathing for a few seconds.
You can kill somebody with one punch to the chest. If you get them in between beats, you ain't reviving them.
I don't understand who comes up with these trends and why people think that they're trends when they could kill you.
Ghostly Eclipse. I don't know. Yeah, that's Abby. How are you there, girl?
Abby, you joined us.
Cactus, another pet peeve when gaming with friends and that someone steals your kills over and over.
Yes. I can't agree with that one.
I can't go with that one because I really don't game. I don't do the gaming thing online, which I would not be good. Well, I don't know. I'm good. I would be good at a shooting game. I think in a racing game. She would
be fantastic at all of them. She just needs to figure out how to coordinate properly.
Abby, if you have any pet peeves in that, you bring them up. Just jump on in.
Saving a special treat and hiding it only to find somebody the hubby eating it. Yep. For me, it's drinks. We'll have drinks in the house. Dylan will buy 2 for him and 2 for him, or 2 for him and 2 for me. 2 liters, 2-liter bottles, and I'll go to get my second one, and it's gone. I was like, "What happened to it?" And he's like, "Oh, I drank it. I got thirsty."
Or like you're telling somebody, okay, hey, I've got this here, I'm putting it there. No one touch it, it's mine. And then, because you're not hungry for it or thirsty for it at that time, and when you go to get it, it's all of a sudden I get there, and then you say, okay, who ate my snack that I put there? And everybody said, I don't know. Well, Casper the ghost didn't come in and eat it or drink it. Like, was that?
I am guilty of, if something is left somewhere for a while and I know nobody's taken it, then I will grab it and steal it, and it's mine.
I still am trying to look for, I have one more of those circle things. It was that pineapple one that I haven't tried yet. I had it up in the cupboard. It's gone. I don't know whatever happened to it.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yep. And I said, nobody touch it. And I don't know where it's at. Okay, Abby says, my biggest pet peeve is when I'm in the grocery store looking at something, and instead of someone saying, excuse me, so they can look at the item, and so I can kindly move, they just stand there with their hands crossed or go,
yeah, that's rude.
Yeah. Just say, excuse me, I'm trying to get past. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Like most people.
Or when they bump into you, and instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry or something, they just look at you like it was your fault, but you weren't anywhere near where they should have bumped into you in the first place.
Yep. Or when you're in a store that has a really big, wide aisle, and you can clearly get 2 shopping carts down, and you see the whole other side, but they're too lazy to walk around you instead of, and they're like standing there like a zombie just staring at you, and they're like, there's a whole other place right there. You could easily go around me.
Eric's got another one.
Another pet peeve of mine is when something unexpected happens, people say, that wasn't on my bingo card. I never heard of that one until Eric said it recently. I never heard anybody say that, but that's rather...
That one, I'm not really, that one's not a pet peeve of mine. I think it's kind of funny because people literally, they will have a bingo card and they will have what they are they're supposed to, what they think is going to happen the next year. And if it doesn't, that's when they say that.
So that's kind of how that one came. Linda, nobody putting empty containers like milk back. Exactly. That's actually on my list, Linda. Or they're putting a milk carton back in that doesn't even have enough milk to feed a cricket in the house, let alone a human being. And there it is sitting in the refrigerator with like a teaspoon of milk in it. Like, why?
Yeah.
Who's going to use a teaspoon of milk for what?
For chips. Like what Dad did the other day.
Like, why?
Why would you do that?
Why?
Just eat the rest of them. Abby's got another one.
Yeah, Abby's got not rinsing off dishes and old cereal and then about Abby. We were just talking about that the other day. Me and Eric was. Cereal is horrible in there, but also if you leave ranch dressing or something like that in a bowl, it's real hard to wash off. That's a very legitimate one.
B squared.
Look at this. Everybody's participating. People who are always negative and complaining. It is.
I have one similar to that on mine.
And to be honest with you guys, I used to catch a lot of shows, and I'm not trying to knock anybody, but the constant negativity that I've seen and the bashing and bickering back and forth on a lot of the shows, I'm there like, I can't handle it. And good people, some of them are very good people, but there's so much bickering. I'm done. I can't.
Square just described half of the paranormal film.
Yeah. That's sad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's sad. My next one is, maybe Tom traveled a lot when he was a motor coach driver, and he stayed in hotels constantly. And I noticed he does, the hotel, if you dirty the towel, you usually put it on the floor and then they'll come up and pick it up. That drives me crazy at home. If you're using a towel, don't leave it laying on the floor. Put it somewhere so it can be washed or whatever, but don't let it lay on the floor.
Especially if it's a wet towel.
Yeah.
If it's like a dry one and it fell down or you forgot to pick it up or something, it's fine. If it's a wet one, that could cause mildew and mold and everything else.
That drives me insane. I get tired of picking wet towels up off bathroom floors after somebody takes a shower.
Another one.
Abby is loud music public is a good one too. People having their car radios blasting. That's just ridiculous, you know. And if anybody watched Mythbusters, they proved that hard bass tones, especially in that closed space, it can throw you into a heart attack. It can cause problems. So you figure in that small car and that sound that loud, and you can have outside in your car. Can you imagine what kind of damage it's doing to the people sitting in the car listening to that loud music? That's a little bit insane.
Not only that, how is that not like overstimulating and over?
B squared says, sometimes you have real things to complain about, but some people make negativity. I agree. That's 100% true. Some people, I think they just wake up in the morning and they're born complainers. They just don't get it.
Yeah. Sure.
You're talking about putting on speakers so everybody around hears your whole conversation. Is that what you mean?
We like the cars that go boom, where Tigger and Bunny, and we like the boom.
Okay, let's see. Eric has people that say, that makes my blood boil. Instead of saying someone is handsome or pretty, they say they have a strong face card. He just told me about that one today. I never heard that one either.
I think that has to go off of, like, when you open your phone, the face recognition thing, is sometimes it doesn't recognize your face, and people are like, well, that's because you don't have a strong face card.
I never heard that until he said it. You have one, Gabriella?
Yes, I do. I got one. Hold on, let me go back.
Linda, hubby's snoring while I'm wide awake. Tom used to be a chronic snorer, and then he kind of, when he stopped smoking and his lungs started clearing up, he didn't snore. But now, if he snores, it's usually a sign that he's coming down and he's getting sick. So,
he snores all the time, and I'll be laying on his chest, and he'll go, and he'll wake himself up, and then he'll wake me up.
Yeah,
it's like normal snoring, and then I get used to the rhythm.
I've never snored in my life until I started getting these lung problems, and I notice now that if I do snore, I'll snore myself awake. Like it's that's how you can tell my lungs.
He'll snore normally, and then like I get used to the rhythm and everything because I'm laying on his chest, and then we'll both fall asleep. And then he does that really loud snore, and he wakes us both up, and he looks at me like, huh? I'm like, what do you mean? You just woke us both up with your snore.
You got one, Gabriella?
Okay, my third one, well, technically fourth one now, is trying to join in on a conversation but getting interrupted.
Yeah, but we're all guilty of that. I know I do that, and the only reason why I do that,
I'm talking about not like on accident, on purpose. Like somebody knows you have a thought, you're about to finish it, and you're talking, and then they interrupt you immediately after.
See, when I do it, it's because I'm not young, and if I don't say what I want to say, I'll forget it. So I'm there like I need to keep that thought process, and I don't try to do and interrupt anybody on purpose. It's just simply, and I usually do apologize. I usually say, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but if I don't say this, I'm going to forget my thought, and then I'll never remember it again.
I hate when it's not on accident. You know it's not on accident, and they're just trying to get their point across, even though you're still talking.
Yeah. Eric has another one. He says, not really a pet peeve, but something weird, especially when I was in school. Why do people keep pens that don't work? That is a good one. And mine is, why do people not know how to hold a pen or a pencil right? I'm sorry, guys, if this is offending anybody, but when people are writing like this,
Samantha writes like
or like this, or
Samantha,
whatever,
Samantha
yeah,
does something
like this. That drives me crazy because you learn in school. Our teacher in school, if we did not hold the pen or pencil like that, like you're supposed to, they would come up, they would literally take the pen or pencil out of your hand and they would put it in and say, this is the way you're supposed to hold it. If our teachers back then seen how people are holding the pen and pencils now, they would be in trouble. So,
well, and they probably wouldn't. Well, they would but they don't care nowadays, and you won't learn cursive. So if you ever have to write like a formal letter or something, you're not going to be able to. Or somebody from the time period where cursive was a thing writes you a letter, you're not going to be able to read it because nobody knows how to do it anymore.
Yeah, everybody needs to know how to do cursive. I don't know why they. Eric. Whoops.
Oh, the comments.
How about when someone pays for the $20 bill and says, I just made that this morning, with any bill? Oh, yep, that's fresh off the press. Especially when you're checking it for counterfeit, which you have to do. But yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine. I'm glad you brought that one up.
Abby said, had to reload my check, completely went out. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that. Cactus, I know what you mean about the pen pencil whole thing. It's kind of trippy to see. It is. I don't know how even some people
are or like how is that comfortable?
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing that. Like it is trippy. My next one is I hate when people have garbage, like wrappers, and I understand if you're eating something and you put it aside and you just forget to take it out, that's excusable. But when you're like, say, in the kitchen and the garbage pail is not even 10 feet away and you're doing your cooking or you're preparing whatever, you open something up and I go out and all the wrappers and the packaging is right on the counter when the garbage pail is just 8 to 10 feet away, like, why? Why are you going to get crippled walking 8 to 10 feet to throw your garbage away? Why?
That's one of my pet peeves.
Oh, that drives me insane. It really, really drives me insane.
I will say Dylan, he is.
Your dad is too.
He'll eat
Your
something.
dad's getting better, but he is one of them.
When I'm cleaning up the apartment, he'll eat something or he'll drink an entire 2-liter. He'll leave the bottle on the floor or at his desk or on his desk or around his desk. But there's literally a garbage, well, it's not even a garbage bag, it's a grocery bag that we use as a garbage bag, hanging on his desk for him to throw the things away.
Yep. Yeah, Eric, you're right. Some schools will smack the kid with. We had a teacher that would throw an eraser at a kid's head if they were doing something stupid like that, or and I'm sorry, I said stupid. I'm not trying to insult anybody. That may teach their own, but it is a pet peeve. It's our pet peeve. Again, we have that disclaimer at the beginning there. This is our pet peeve.
Relatable.
Chill,
but not to all.
Chill. Let me see. Yeah, cactus, and or they throw it. Tom did that the other day, and that's what caused our freezer to get partially in and out. He threw something and he missed, and instead of him going and picking it up, I went and going to pick it up, and I must have bumped the plug, and I come next morning, and stuff was starting to thaw in that freezer, and thank God it didn't cause a fire. But pick the freaking thing up and throw it in the garbage. He does that with coffee filters.
Yeah.
He'll put a coffee filter in the garbage and it'll partially in the garbage and partially out, and then there's coffee grounds on the floor I got to clean up.
Yeah.
Linda's. My pet peeve is how kids write on their phone. Hubby and I are single. Oh, I know. The kids make fun of me because I do that. like that. So now I'm doing this and I'm like, damn, and click backwards. Damn, click. So, because I'm trying to get it. So
it's just easy. It's faster, or just like one-handed.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, no. Yeah. You guys are whizzes at that. But let's see. Yeah, right there, cactus. Little collection of paper, wrappers, or whatever. Holy heck, just like pick it up and put it in. Exactly. It's just like, come on. Gabriella, pet peeve? Eric, Linda, Eric, anybody? Pet peeve, be squared?
Moving my things without telling me first where it was put. Or where it was put.
I hate too when I have things in a certain place, certain order, and somebody gets nosy. Oh, what's this and that? And they think I don't know that they were pissing around with my stuff. And they're like, who was touching my stuff? And then nobody wants to admit they were touching my stuff.
That I have are not in like a specific order, but I know where I left it. And if it's not where I left it and I'm looking for it that specific day and I see that it's been moved, I will get an attitude because why the fuck are you touching my shit? Who touched it? Where did it go? Why'd you touch it in the first place?
Pet peeve, when someone doesn't say thank you when you hold the door open for them. Oh, that drives me crazy. Here's another one that will kind of go along with that. We're in a grocery store here maybe about a month ago. And I'm the type that if I have pretty many things in my cart, but somebody's behind me and they have one or two items, I'll say, hey, I have this. You only have one or two items. Would you like to go in front of me? Most people say, oh, well, thank you. Or, thank you, honey. That's so nice. Most people are like that. But we had this guy that was behind us, and we could tell what type of a person was. He was wearing something real special. And we could tell what type of person he was. Anyhow, I'm there, sir. I have this whole card. You can go in front of me, you can check out. And he's just like acting like he didn't hear me. He's just kind of, and he looks right at me and I said, sir, you have two items. You can go in front of me. And he did this again like he was ignoring me. And then he ends up going over to the fast checkout line. Like I'm there like, okay, you dickwad.
Yeah, bitch.
I'm not going to be nice to you. Well, it's like I said, he was wearing something real special. So I probably shouldn't even have offered to begin with because I should have known that he was going to give an attitude. Go along with cactus, respect is earned, not given. Exactly, Abby. I mean, and I don't think a lot of people know what the word respect is these days. So
not anymore.
Anybody else have one? Before, I think you're next.
Nope, you're next.
Okay, my next one goes along with what before. Not when you're cooking out in the kitchen. Tom, I love it when he says, honey, I'm going to cook tonight. Especially, he makes great spaghetti. He adds just right spices to it. And we love when he makes his taco salad and stuff. But when he cleans, when he cooks, especially if he's doing something like a taco salad with lettuce, I'll go out, and after he says he cleans up, but there's lettuce on the counter, there's lettuce on the chair, there's lettuce on the floor, there's shredded cheese all over the place, there's whatever kind of meat he decides to put in it. It's like all over the place, and he says, yeah, I cleaned it up. I'm there, no, you didn't, because I just picked up a whole handful of lettuce between the counter and the chair. It drives me crazy. If you're going to cook, clean up your mess.
And people not saying please and thank you.
Some people get mad if you say please and thank you at the same time. Yes, please, thank you. A lot of people that's a pet peeve of a lot of people's. I don't mind if somebody says that, but I know I've seen before people saying, oh, I hate when somebody says please and thank you at the same time. Like, I didn't even say anything and you're already saying thank you. Well, we're trying to be courteous, but I guess it's a pet peeve. That's theirs. But they're entitled to it.
Be squared. When my hubby cooked, he'd dirty every bowl in the kitchen. Truly gifted.
That's my hubby too. Are we married to the same guy? Be squared. Tom will like literally, or he'll complain if he can't find something that he needs to cook with, and I'll say, it's in the same place it always is. Where? And I'm there, then I have to literally tell him where it is. And he'll look, I don't see it. And I'll go there and pull it right out and say, right here. He said, where did you find that at? Right where I told you that it was. I think that's a guy thing, though. Something could jump out and bite them in the face, and they still won't see it. I think it's a guy thing. Yeah. So, but okay, your turn now. I think, Bella.
Getting poked in my sides because I'm ticklish there. Now, I understand that if you want to tickle me because I'm ticklish on my sides, go for it. Don't poke me in the freaking side and put your finger inside my rib cage.
There's tickling and there's poking. There is a difference. It's literally
like right there. They poke me right in my rib cage, and it hurts sometimes. And it's just annoying because why?
Well, my ex didn't tickle me, but when I was, even up until after I had my two oldest kids, I only weighed like 107 pounds. I was real thin, and I'm petite, so I have a real tiny frame. And my ex used to he used to get his hands and he'd put it around my rib cage, like, oh my gosh, you got a small rib cage. And he'd like squeeze, and the one time he squeezed, and I could hear like a pop on my one rib, and from that time on, I've always had problems with that one rib.
I always tell Dylan, especially when he's in a goofy mood, and he'll just like freaking jumps on top of me. I'm like, you need to be careful because I felt my rib like move.
Yeah,
and I'm not supposed to be able to do that.
See, and I've been having problems with my rib cage ever since.
When I'm like on my side, and he'll like jump on me and he'll be like he'll be goofy and everything. He will kind of like put his whole body weight on my side, and I'll be like, honey, you like,
you're tiny, you're like me. So you're built just like I was around your age. I was built just like you.
And I'm like, you need to be careful because I have really tiny ribs and a really tiny area here. Just like, you need to be careful.
Now my next one is, and some of you guys are probably going to get offended by it, and I'm not saying that defend. I don't understand, and it's a pet peeve, probably just simply because I don't understand the whole thing behind it. Why do people, and I don't see it as much now as what there was a time period, everywhere you went, TikTok, Snapchat, everywhere you went, people were doing it, and is taking a selfie with the two fingers up and sticking your tongue out. Like, that drives me insane. Why do you have to, the sticking the tongue out thing? It's not very attractive. It's just, I don't get it. It's a pet peeve, but a lot of you guys do it. Just please explain to me why.
It's just a goofy thing.
It's goofy, but it's like weird. I just don't understand it. But I'm an older folk, I guess.
This started,
and the duck face, like Eric said, the duck face.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like the duck face.
Yep. See, right, cactus right there. Right, that happened to me too when I was in class. My friend put too much weight on my ribs and I got a monologue. See, I think that's what happened to me, and I don't think mine ever healed. And then what happened is I was washing clothes one time, and I'm tiny. I'm only a little over 5 foot, and was washing clothes down in South Carolina, and I was trying to get some socks on the bottom of the washing machine, and I'm reaching over. When I reach over to get stuff on the bottom, my feet's no longer on the floor, and when I was reaching over to grab the sock, I could feel that same rib. I heard a big pop, and it was that same rib. So I probably have damage to my rib, but I probably should have gotten checked out, and I never did.
I probably have damage to my rib too, but not intense. But I do know that I don't think that your rib is supposed to move, especially when you're like on your side, and it just like, if you move,
it might be like no one wants to see your tongue. I just like I said, it might be a stupid pet peeve of mine, but I know it was real prevalent there for a while. I don't see as many people doing it now as it was like a trend that was going on, but it was
a thing I think the Japanese people started it because they're like kawaii nigo-chan. They'll have their makeup done with their eyeliner and everything, and they'll put their fingers up like this. It's just peace.
You blow your tongue like a taco.
But they would smile. Oh, I don't. Well,
I can, but I'm not going to do it. I think you're talking about sideways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Some people can make like a lotus flower. Some people can make a lotus. No, they do. They go like kawaii nigo-chan, and they'll have like their cute little faces, and they'll stick their tongues out, and with one eye closed, like.
I got to. I hate when people say, "You know what I'm saying."
No, I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? No, I
don't.
don't know what you're saying, so leave. Just walk away, because if you're going to ask me that, I don't want to know what you're saying. Right over that way, dude.
But
See, I said dude.
Getting back to like the rib thing, though, people in school always, since I'm thin and have always been thin, would get their hands, and since they were bigger or taller than me, would wrap it around my waist and like squeeze,
That's
like,
what-
oh, look at how tiny you are.
That's what Eric's dad did to me all the time.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Because
Like, you know that I'm smaller than you. You know that I'm sensitive, and you know that I am more fragile than you. So you're gonna squeeze my rib cage? Like, are you trying to kill me?
oh, Linda, people forgetting to empty a washing machine or dryer for ages until the washing demands another wash. That and not knowing how to clean out the lint thing. Clean out the lint after every time you dry your clothes. Clean out the lint.
Yep.
Every time. It's not rocket science. Clothes are going to make lint. You pull the little dooflicky out, pull off the lint, throw it away. The next person doesn't have to worry about it until their wash is done, and you'd fix it and clean it for them.
So many of these are girl world / foodie beauty triggers.
Gabriella, got another one?
People either telling me to eat more or that I eat too much. I get this a lot, and it kind of drives me crazy, because I know some people are just trying to look out for me. Some people are just being crazy and whatever, but I know in school it would drive me nuts, because I've always been thin. I've always been tiny. And I know when I was in school, they really wouldn't feed us much, and I didn't really eat that much because of a certain someone. But people would tell me, oh, you're so thin, you need to eat a burger. Oh, somebody needs to go get you some sweets because you're just so thin. And I'm like, I eat as much as I can when I can. Or they either tell me that I'm eating too much. So like I'll go on this time period where I don't feel hungry most of the day, and then when I do get hungry, it's usually like at night for some reason, and I'll eat.
Because you're a gremlin.
Apparently, I'll eat like bags of chips, sweets, snacks, like all the things, but then people will be like, "Oh, you're eating too much. You need to stop eating so much. You're gonna get fat." And it's like, what is it? Do I eat more? Do I eat less? There's no in between.
You can't win. Abby says another pet peeve. Well, first is too much perfume or cologne in public, so very strong and terrible. Second is the smell of people. If you smell as bad as you do, don't go in public. I remember one time when I was working in a hardware store. Now, mind you, this guy come in and he was looking for some tools for a project he was working on. He was dirty and everything. That's understandable. But he smelled like a mixture of body odor and human piss. Like he was bad. You didn't even smell, or it wasn't even the dirt. It was the body odor.
Yep.
And like, at least if you're going to the store, I mean, sweat I can understand even, but urine?
People in Walmart most of the time don't have good hygiene. I don't understand why, but there was this one time in particular where this guy, he was an older guy, walked by. We smelled cat piss, human piss, his underarms, I think, and just like his entire body odor. We were like, oh my god. And we had to like run out of the aisle because
That's
of how bad
awful.
he smelled.
Linda, persuading a cat his bowl has only a few mouthfuls of food left, but there's still food left. Cats are so finicky in that it doesn't matter what you do or say to a cat. They've already got their mind made up what they're going to do. Literally, you want to hear a funny story about a pet. Both of our dogs, Sia will eat everything automatically each time we give. Max, he gets so concerned that Sia's going to eat his food. So I will literally have to go and look at him and say, Max, if you don't eat your food, I'm going to eat it. And he'll look at me like, yeah. And I'll have to go, oh, that's such delicious food. And then he'll look at me and bark, and then he'll go over and start eating his food.
Yeah.
Like you literally have to pretend you're
like
going to eat
every single time for lunch. Every time.
Like it gets ridiculous. Like, yeah, boy, this is such good food, Max. You know that I'm going to eat it all up, and then you make it like you're chomping his food up, and then he'll bark at you, and then he'll go over and eat them. They're like,
the one
okay,
day it was funny though because he wouldn't eat his food, and I had this, it's slime that's been unopened, and obviously I didn't open it to do this, but because that would not be good.
It'll be good.
But it was in a jar. Container like thing, and it's purple. It's like galaxy slime, and I pretend to pour it in his bowl, and I was like, "Oh, look, magic sauce!" And he freaked out. Like he would check his food, he would sniff it to see if anything was different with it. He didn't find anything different with it, so he would jump on me, and every time that I pulled that out, he would like go crazy, and it was funny.
Abby, my Siamese is very picky, and when he eats his nibbles throughout the day, his one food dispenser lasts about 1.5 weeks because of his eating habits. Some cats are like that. Some cats will just eat very, very, very little. They'll nitpick, and others, like I said, like with Sia, even though she's the dog, she'll eat her food like she's starving to death. And Max will be picky. Cats are worse. Cats are very finicky and picky eaters.
Milo, he's gotten better because it used to be we fed him and then he would eat the entire bowl and we'd have to feed him another time and maybe one more time before bed. Now we could feed him once a day, sometimes twice. Once he'll eat like maybe half of it and then he'll save the rest of it for later and then we'll have to feed him the next day. But it used to be crazy because he literally would eat a whole bowl for lunch, and then we'd be like,
"Their cat is huge."
He would meow at us, and then we'd have to feed him again for supper, and then he would meow at us and look at us like, "Hello, I'm done eating. Are you gonna refill it?" And then we'd have to feed him again for like a little bit more for
Anybody else have any other pet peeves? And then Gabriella, I think it's your turn, isn't it?
Yeah. 6-7.
Oh, that.
/ all of Gen Alpha's slang. I don't get it. Where the fuck did 6-7 come from? Why is it a thing? What does it mean? Does anybody know what it means?
I think they did have an explanation not too long ago, and I
don't know what it means. WBs.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Skibidi toilet.
Yeah. Mine now is 2524.
Aura surfing.
So, and I'm sure some people will understand that.
It's based on a song.
Excuse my French. Yeah, you didn't speak French to me, you cursed. So say, I'm sorry, I just cursed. Why do you say excuse my French? Yeah. I never understood that, but that brings up to one of my pet peeves up in the future here that I'm going to address. That I don't understand that. I don't.
6-7 drives me nuts. I don't understand. Even if it is based on a song, then sing the entire song.
Yeah.
Like do the entire thing, not just 6-7.
6-7. Yeah. My next pet peeve is when people say 6 a.m. in the morning, 6 p.m. in the night. AM is in the morning, PM is in the night. You can drop either the AM or the morning, or you can drop the PM or the night. You don't need AM, morning, PM, night. You're being redundant. That drives me nuts.
Quick look at Oh no.
PIN number and ATM machine. What? I don't understand.
It's
What?
being redundant because the N in PIN stands for number and M in ATM stands for machine.
Oh, okay.
They're being
Your
redundant.
PIN or you go to the ATM. I get it.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I do that, Eric. So I'd probably drive you crazy if I say that. Do you want my PIN number? Or can you go to the ATM machine? I think I do that.
I do get triggered by that, yes.
I didn't even realize that. I think maybe that's a lot of it. I don't think people realize that.
Abby! You did not! Abby, no.
We sure do have a lot of pet peeves, don't we, Linda?
Oh, that's going to be on the internet forever.
Gabriella, you have another one?
People who clip my things without asking me first. People clearly able to hear you talk to them, but completely ignore you. I hate that.
I hate that too, and that just happened to me yesterday.
I absolutely hate that.
And literally, when I had to even yell, and the person still was walking away as I'm yelling, calling their name.
Abby, I will remember that.
Here's a pet peeve of mine. Somebody seeing something and hearing something. They can see it with their own eyes. They can hear it with their own ears, but they'll say, "Oh, he didn't say that. He didn't say that." The whole world saw him saying that, and you heard him say that. Don't say that you didn't hear or see it, because
I know where you live.
yeah, we all know where she lives. But that drives me crazy. People denying what the majority of people around them can see or hear clearly.
It really drives me crazy when you're talking to somebody and they know that you're talking to them, they can hear you talking to them, and they just ignore you.
Oh yeah,
It's like you're talking to a brick wall.
a pet peeve is forgetting names. I'm pretty good at names and things like that, but every now and then but I think mothers, they do that just out of frustration. They'll start calling their kids by every name, by what their kid's name is. I think that's just a part of, like, you just have your temper so up that like, okay, who the heck are you? I don't even know. I've already called the kids Max and Sia, and like, I know who they are. I gave birth to them.
I mean, I'm not just talking about guys. You happen to do that sometimes too. Don't act innocent.
I think everybody, I can do it. If I just don't want to hear something, like your dad will be talking to me about some of his shows and about concrete trucks and everything, and I'll pretend like I'm listening to him, but I'm not, because I really don't care about concrete trucks and how they operate and stuff. So yeah, I'll do that.
But you'll still hear like snippets of it.
Oh, I'll hear it. It's just that I kind of block it out.
Kind of just tune you out.
Eric says, how about when you ask someone if you can borrow something, instead of handing it to you, they throw it at you? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Like, usually if they throw it at me, I push it back to them and say, can you hand that to me? I'm a bitch when it comes to that. If you can't hand it to me, it's coming back right at you, and you're going to hand it to me.
I will usually let somebody know if I'm about to throw it at them. And it's usually because I can't reach them. The only reason. Or like if the dogs are in the living room and you want something and I can't crawl over the thing with it.
Linda goes to you, she'll nod like she's interested. Yeah, I'll do that too, but you know, I can block it out if I choose to. Like, yep,
concrete truck.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, I'm here. Yeah,
Shouldn't have thrown it at me, foolish mortals.
Exactly. Exactly.
You damn peasant.
Another one I got is people. Why do people call other people like? I don't understand it. If somebody they respect, I guess, or admire, and they call him daddy. Hey, okay, daddy. He's my daddy. She's my mommy. Like, why? Like, I don't get.
I get like the baby mama and baby daddy thing,
but
that's still weird though, because
it's just a little bit.
You would think that you would just say like my ex.
There's a weird noise in the background. Anyone hear that? What kind of noise?
Weird noise.
It's a little squeaky noise. What kind of noise?
Weird noise. Abby, what weird noise?
Maybe my clock?
No, because it's been happening the whole time.
I don't know.
Abby, what's the noise?
It's cringy. I'm not going to go there, but there's one thing in particular where people, that's my daddy. And I'm not going to go any further than that. I think if a lot of people can read between the lines, they know where I'm going with it. But it just drives me crazy because I think it's stupid. Let me see. We already covered leaving a small drink and stuff left in a container. Tailgating and people braking too much. I hate when you're driving and you can literally see the person behind you almost like at your bumper, or somebody will be in front of you and you're just driving leisurely at the proper speed and they're braking every 5 seconds. Like,
Abby said it sounded like something grinding on something like metal. It was really weird. It could have been when the dogs were scratching at their pen.
It could be. I don't know. Nobody else said anything, so I don't know.
A woman is pregnant and the couple says we're having a baby. No, she's having the baby.
Yeah. And people coming up to you saying, "Can I feel your belly?" No, you're not touching my belly.
Or when you actually have the baby and they're like, "Oh, can I hold it?" No, don't touch my baby.
Yeah, tailgating drives me nuts. When you can literally, you're looking in your rear view mirror or your side mirror, and they're like right practically on your bumper, and they're like, why? Why?
Or like really bright lights on cars.
And I can't stand when
up the asshole of an ant.
I can't stand when you have grown-up adults talking like little babies. Like they can't speak full sentences. They talk like if you're talking to a toddler, they talk to you like they're talking to a toddler because they're talking like baby talk. Not like, you're an adult. Can you talk like you're an adult? You know, you have a vocabulary. You have a brain, I hope. Can you talk full sentences?
A car taking 2 parking spots.
Yep.
Mostly trucks.
Yep.
There was big, like,
Expect the big diesel trucks in particular. That's a new one. Gabriella, you got any more?
Being told I'm lazy because I don't have a job, but I'm literally taking care of the cat, cleaning the entire apartment, and helping out at the house when I'm told to.
I think a lot of guys get it in their head that women, wives are lazy, that they just sit on their ass all day and don't do anything, but yet they're taking care of the bills, they're taking care of the house, they're taking care of the kids, they're taking care of the dishes, they're taking care of the laundry, they're taking care of the pets. Like, and they're not getting paid for it. So,
and it's not like I don't want to have a job right now. I don't have a car or a license. And I'm kind of terrified to do that. Still, we don't really have anywhere around here hiring except for Dollar General. And I know the guy who works there, he's from the freaking fire department. I don't want to work with him. I heard really bad things about the freaking pizza place over here and the family restaurant. I worked there for a day and had to quit because of the nasty ass shit that they do over there. And they treated me like a toddler because I had mom come pick me up when we literally just moved here. And I've been trying to get like an online job, but the biggest thing with that is we don't have a big place. So if Milo would happen to jump on my computer while I'm in the middle of a call or something and hang up on said customer, then I'm fucked. And you could hear literally everything around you. So the call wouldn't come in clear or anything like that. So I can't really get a job right now.
Okay, Eric has another one. Another one is when someone knocks over something and spills it, and instead of immediately picking it up, and so it doesn't spill anymore, they just stare at it.
Yeah, we used to do that when we were younger. I think it's kind of like a shock aspect. Like if you knock something over and you're shocked that it happened, you kind of just stare at it like, shit, what am I going to do? And like think of everything that you can do before you do it, but your brain isn't like comprehending that shit. It's like dripping down the coffee table, so you need to pick up a towel immediately.
Here's one other one I got. When people have an itch and they say, I'm going to itch this. No, you scratch an itch. You don't itch an itch. It is an itch. You don't itch it. You scratch it. That is a pet peeve. Ugh.
Mental powers to control a stain. Exactly. You just stare at it hoping that it goes away.
But then she's talking about the spills and that they used to do that. But then when I said, you gotta clean it up, then they got to the point where if something would spill, they'd hurry up and run real quick and get paper towels or whatever and they'd be hurrying up and clean it up, and they'd be there for half an hour cleaning up the spill. So they were like,
there's another trend on TikTok, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's a trend because I hate the word trend, because every single trend that's out there is bad or deadly or could kill you or has something wrong with it. So I'm not gonna say trend, but there's a thing out there where women are putting like ketchup on the counter to see how the guys clean it up. And most of the guys, they'll smear it all over the counter and then get another paper towel and smear it even more over the counter and then finally clean it up. But they won't like disinfect the top of the counter or anything. And the woman will be like, no, you did it wrong. And then the guy will squirt it on the counter and be like, well, then how do you do it? And then she'll quickly maneuver it where it cleans it all up immediately and then disinfect it and everything. And they're like, oh, well, you didn't tell me I had to disinfect
they won't do that. Abby is a good one. Just reminded me of when an adult says little girl to me. I hate when guys, hey little girl or hey little lady.
I'm small and I look young, but when I tell you my age and you still call me little girl or treat me like I'm a child, then yeah, I'm gonna get pissed. And when that bitch over there was like, oh, you gotta have your mommy pick you up, it was like, that's it.
I don't care if my girls are 10.
Again, we literally just moved in too. I was not familiar with the area. I knew that it was down the street, but I didn't want to take the wrong turn or something.
That's not even the point. I don't care if you're 10. I don't care if you're 20. I don't care if you're 30. If you're a single woman walking down a dark street by yourself, and I'm capable of getting in a car to pick you up, I would much prefer come pick you up in the car and make sure that you're safe than having a single woman walking home by themselves in the dark.
It would have been a single woman in the middle of the dark in an unfamiliar area.
Exactly. So they can suck my...
Yeah.
It is very condescending for people to do stuff like that. And it's too prevalent, and it's usually older white males that will do that to women, and it is very condescending. My next one is, I don't know how you guys feel. I popping pimples. Oh, that's a juicy one. Ugh. You're not supposed to pop a pimple to begin with, and when people are going around popping pimples, that drives me nuts. Yes. I hate that. Oh,
You can't tell me that if you get a pimple on your face, or like when you got pimples on your face, that you didn't feel it and then it drove you nuts and you just
I did a
quickly squeezed
tissue
it.
or something, but I'm not just, oh, look, that's juicy, score, and then you
I
have
know.
pimple pus popping
know.
all over the place. Yeah, that's just disgusting and gross. I'm sorry. That's disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie, condescending people saying little girl kind of sounds pedophile to me.
Yeah. Yep.
It does.
Yep.
I hate being called little girl.
Yep.
Like I said, especially if I tell you my age. Like if I don't tell you my age and you think that I'm younger than I am, whatever, I guess. But if I tell you my age and you still persist to call me little girl, knowing that I'm a grown ass adult, fuck you.
Yeah, I say cactus is a pimple popper. It just drives me nuts. And yeah, I was just gonna say, Dr. Pimple Popper. No, I'm sorry. Nope, can't do it. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying. If that's your forte,
I pop
I'm like,
pimples on
yeah,
Dylan's back.
that's that. Mind you, this is my pet peeve, not yours. So if you like to, that's fine. So
I will pop pimples on Dylan's back only because
nope.
But it will be with a tissue and napkin and wipe it up and
Can't
everything.
Can't do it.
But it's only because it's driving him nuts. Like he'll feel it and then he'll be like, "Can you check my back for me?" And I'll be like, "Yep, there's a pimple there." He's like,
nope.
"Get it over with."
Can't
Pop
do
it.
Can't do it. I can't. I can't even fathom. Nope. Nope. That's just nope.
How about when someone is hurt and they are bleeding and someone asks, "Are you hurt?"
Yeah, no, like, yeah, that one drives me crazy too, Eric. That's a good one. No, I'm laying here with half of my leg peeled in two and there's blood gushing all
Are
over,
you
but
hurt?
yeah, I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just,
Yeah, I just love like my life force with pouring on me. It happens all the time.
like, no, what would give you that idea? My bone's just protruding through my leg and there's blood like a puddle of it all over, but no, I'm okay.
Or when you're clearly hurt and someone sees it and does nothing about it.
Yeah, they look at you like, okay.
Like when I was babysitting, the lady clearly saw that I had scratches on my nose and everything, ran over to the house, and she didn't say shit about it, and she was supposed to be a doctor.
Yeah, asshole. Love peeling sunburns. Now, I know that's a pet peeve of a lot of people, but that is one thing I do. I will, you shouldn't. Well, I don't know. Did they tell you
You're
not to
not
do that?
supposed to.
You're not supposed to, but I do.
Because
Yes.
it could ruin the skin underneath.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and I'm sure that that's a big pet peeve to a lot of people, and they're entitled to
If
that.
it's peeling and it gets itchy and shit,
Well, here's why I do, especially if it's like if you have a shirt on or something and it's peeling underneath and your shirt's
and it gets
rubbing
itchy
it.
too.
Yeah, it's peeling it off by your clothing anyhow. So yeah, so people these days instead of helping, instead, did you get that on video? Yep,
Yeah.
everything has to be on video. And here's another pet peeve I've got, like at shows like America's Funniest Videos and that. Why do people find, like, I understand some things when people do a stunt or that and they fall and they're okay. It is funny, or like sometimes a person, you walk outside and the steps are icy and you fall and you're laughing because you thought it was funny, like, oh, geez, I didn't realize that. You laugh. But if somebody did something and they probably got hurt, why do you think that should be on America's Funniest Videos? Somebody could have just broke their neck. And you have them on America's Funniest Videos, filming it, thinking, oh, yeah, that's some funny shit.
I think it's the stupidity of it. Like, if you do something stupid and you get hurt and someone laughs at you for it, then, I mean, it was your stupidity in the first place. There's
another good one, Eric, the laugh track. Your dad watches TikTok faithfully. And he will not turn the volume down. I can't
watch reels on Facebook anymore because of that. Especially if it's like a foreign video, they have that laugh track on there, I cannot watch
They
those.
have that wheezing one and that one other one on like a loop and everything. It's you hear those same two laughters and it drives me. I feel like Will Byers on Stranger Things. Everything I hear, I think Vecna is approaching because the hairs behind my neck is starting to freaking stand up.
That's wow. That's
Yeah.
so crazy.
That's how it yeah. Jeez. I hate too when people rev up their engines. There are motorcycles or cars and they drive by and they say, like, yeah, buddy, that's real impressive. Thank you for
I
showing
always
me
look
that.
at them and say, tiny penis.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like that's real. Like that really excited me. I got a little moist over
or
that.
on
You know?
or on the one Lurking Spirits video. I was like, you jack off.
I remember that.
I don't know where the like Italian / New York accent it came from, but I was like, you jack off.
And it's funny, and like Eric has about a laugh track on a video that's not funny. I love it when the kids or anybody, they'll say, like, watch these videos and try not to laugh. And I'm watching the videos and they're like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I'm watching the videos and they're like, the whole time, like, what is funny about this
Yeah.
video? Like, I'm not finding any, maybe every now and then I'll get a slight chuckle out of something, but most of them, they're like,
Yeah, they're not funny. They're just weird. Like, it's cringeworthy.
that I should start yelling that out. Yeah, I like the new car that your mommy bought you or daddy bought you, whatever.
Cat calling, that's another pet peeve.
Oh.
When me and Abby were going to the store or to the park or something in South Carolina, we would always have either college students or teenage boys yell out the window something at us.
I
And
hated when I was walking home from school in high school. And mind you, I was very thin and everything. My hair was clear down to my buttonette. So I'm just saying maybe I was half decent looking, maybe. I don't know. But I hated when guys, bad enough they cat call, but they go, here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I've never heard that.
Oh,
But they would cat call and be like,
that's a
"Damn, you
throw
have a
punch
nice
to the
ass."
face.
It was always something like horrible, like damn, you have a nice ass, and like things.
You
Weird
got some
things.
nice headlights on you.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And it's even creepier when it's like an older guy and he sees that you're a younger person.
Anybody else have anything? Do you have one, Gabriella?
Yes, only being called or text to talk about their drama.
People can't unless they have
I
something going.
have like 0 to no friends because that was a daily basis thing for me. It was always, oh, my ex-boyfriend is coming back and has some drama with me, or oh, so and so did this and now I don't know what to do because this has happened. And I'm like, okay, so this is your problem. Why am I brought into it, and how am I going to help you with that drama that involves you, not me?
I don't like
I can make you feel better about it, I guess, but
well,
that's about
and
it.
that leads to kind of mine, like when you're and we were just talking about this the other night, when they're like in a debate or something, you have a simple little argument going on, and then all of a sudden they can't think of anything else to say. Those are the resort to personal insults. That like really, come on, there's no reason for it.
Or when these cool guys,
No, I saw that one because it was a question mark. Yeah, these guys that grab their crotch all the time. Well, you know what?
I don't understand why guys do that. Or people who wear their pants down past their ass. Why are you even wearing pants? Why? What is the purpose of wearing pants to not wear pants?
That was a prison thing. They said
That was like an early 2000s trend
Yeah.
too.
and they said it was a prison thing that And when you were in prison, if you wore your pants down like that, you were telling the other inmates that you were okay, that you were willing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
don't drop the soap.
Don't drop that soap. Here's another thing I hate too. And some of you might do, and then it's, again, I apologize as I'm offending you, but I just don't understand it. If you, it happens particularly if you have a son. You say, "Here, come here, son. Come here, boy." Men usually do with their kids, not as much women, but "Come here, son. Come here, boy." You gave that kid a name. Call that kid by the name that you gave them. Why they're going to be adults, and they're going to say, "What's your name, boy, son?" Like, you're calling them by their freaking name.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand that. I
come here, daughter. Come here.
yeah, I don't know. And I apologize to anybody that may do that. That's your thing. That's okay. But I just don't get it. If you're giving your kid a name, call that child by the name. That's why you gave them a name. And the other one that goes along with it, if you have a kid, maybe they're not really that smart in school, but why are you telling everybody that your kid's a genius and put it in the back of your car? My kid's an honor roll student and all that shit, and the kid's like practically brain dead, and everybody's going to find out, talk to the kid for 5 minutes. You're going to know how smart that kid is. Like, I mean,
What color is this too?
You're supposed to be proud of your kids. I understand that, but I mean, if my one kid's a little slower than the other, I'm not going to lie and say, yeah, this kid's an honor roll student. He's brilliant, because I know when somebody talks to him for more than 10 minutes, they're going to know that kid's not as smart as what you're telling me they are. I remember one in particular, and the kids, they're telling me their kid, they were like young, 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, she can say her ABCs and she can count to 100 and this and that. No, hey, good, and count for this nice lady. Show her how you count. 1, 2, and they get up to about 30, and then they go 38, 43, 59. And they're like, wait a minute, what happened to all the numbers in between? Like,
I didn't count.
yeah, she's counting to 100, all right? Not
It didn't
the right
matter.
way.
Those numbers don't matter. Who needs those anyway?
Oh, Lordy, 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 Lordy.
I have 2 more, and then we can get on to 3.
Well, I still got some too, but I can go through them real quick.
My 11th one is being told to do something and already being in the process of doing it, so it makes you not want to do it anymore. I don't know if that's just a me thing or like a stubborn me thing, but I hate when somebody is telling you to do something that you were already going to do or in the process of doing, because then it makes you not want to do it anymore. It makes you like, well, I was going to do it, but now since you said to do it, I really don't want to fucking do it anymore.
Yeah, it gets that way. My remainder ones are like people having an issue. They don't want you to curse. They don't want you to say the F word. So you say freaking, or they accept fudge, but they don't want you to say that freaking thing. So would you rather me say that fucking thing instead of that freaking thing? Like, I don't understand that. That don't make any sense to me. And then why they'll accept you can say piss, but they don't want you to say shit. Like,
yeah, in South Carolina, in our school, the teachers and everybody was allowed to say, "Oh, you're pissing me off," or "You're pissed," or "I'm pissed," or "I'm gonna go take a piss." But if you said shit or anything other than piss or damn, I think, then you would get crucified, basically.
Well, that was like when they sent that letter home saying that you were saying the F word, and I'm there. She said the F word in school. I wonder what happened for her to be that mad to say that, and find out that she said the word fart.
It was fart. And that was
wait a minute. That fart is an F word? It is an F word, but not a bad F word. Like,
that was Cooper.
Like, I don't understand that.
I got criticized for everything I did.
Yeah,
when
you couldn't win.
It was when it was in shade.
And some of my other ones to get on, because we're already, if we want to get into dreams at all tonight, I have, and this is a very down Southern, so I'm not trying to knock the Southern because some of the things are indigenous to the area where you're at. But Southern, they go, she's a mess. And they're like, oh boy, she must be a troublemaker. Oh, no, that's not what we mean. She's a really, really good kid, but she's a mess. I don't understand if she's a mess. How is she a good kid? And bless your heart. Now that's bad, but if you say God bless your heart, that's good. But bless your heart, you don't want them to say that to you because that's an insult.
Because that literally means like, damn, you need some Jesus.
Yeah. Like you're a little bit slow, something. There's something wrong. And then and I notice this is not South. A lot of people say, but it does drive me crazy. Saying smashing a button or smashing potatoes. You press or push a button and you mash potatoes. But like, what are you? If you smash the button, you're gonna break it.
They that in school all the time, like
or mash the button.
You would have to turn on your iPad or your computer, and they would be like, "Mash that button, smash it."
I don't understand that because that's like.
Or cut on and cut off.
Yep, for the power, and so switch the power on, switch it, or turn it on.
That was weird to me because I was like, "Cut on?"
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah,
but I'm not stupid, so context clues, and I was like, okay.
And don't get up in my Cheerios.
Yeah,
like okay, like I mean, and it's like I said, it's Southern, and I'm not trying to bash them because that is there, but I'm not understanding if you're saying. She's a mess. When you're thinking like, well, no, like I just some of these I don't get. People talking when somebody's trying to watch a movie. People making noise when somebody's trying to sleep. Those are their pet peeves. And I'm going to get into a few grammar ones.
Ronan's guilty of the cut on, cut off.
But
it makes sense though. It's weird because like
that one does make sense because you're cutting the power on and you're cutting off.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just weird when you're from like a northern state and you go down south and instead of them saying turn on or turn off, it's cut on and cut off, and you're like,
it's like why? The whole soda and the pop thing. Some call it soda, some call it pop. When I was growing up, my mom actually called it soda pop. So, but it's like that whole thing. Here's some grammar ones. I hate when people say, I'm a, probably, supposedly, you got the feels. Some of that, I don't know, that just
gave me the feels.
Yeah, you just gave me the feels. Like, and probably, just say probably. It's only one more freaking syllable.
I don't get the probably thing.
I'm a, what, is she related to Ida? Or Ida? Like, come on. I don't get it. People spelling ridiculous. Should we say ridiculous? It's supposed to be ridiculous, but we all have a habit of saying ridiculous. It's not R-E-D, folks. It's R-I-D. It comes from the word ridicule. Not that hard. Refrigerator. You spell the word fridge with a D, F-R-I-D-G-E, but refrigerator does not have a D in it. Get it right. And I've seen this one, and I don't think a lot of people do it, but I'll tell you, this is when you get real redneck, I think, and I hate using that term, but that's the only thing I can call this. When you use the word wouldn't, shouldn't, couldn't, stuff like that, and you spell it with an E, E-N-T, W-O-U-L-D-E-N-T, C-O-U-L-D-E-N-T. No, folks, no, there's no E-N-T. You drop the O, you put an apostrophe there because it's would not, could not, should not. You drop that O, put the apostrophe, and you make two words one. It's simple, folks. If you learned it in school, you should know it. Did you not pay attention?
I think I say I'm a or gonna all the time. I know I say gonna all the time.
I can't handle it. A lot of it is, in typing, I can understand it to a point, but I think it's getting too easy for people, and it sounds ridiculous when you're seeing it over and over and over again. Supposedly, purposely, not, it's supposedly, it's we're not, there, and there. There's THEY apostrophe RE, which means they are. There's there, THERE, which means like over there. And there's THEIR, which means there, like their thing, like it's hers, it's theirs. It's not that hard to figure. And your. There's your, this is yours, or this is your item, YOUR. And the other one is your, you are. You're over there. I'm over here. YOU apostrophe RE. It's not that hard to figure out, folks. And people not knowing how to use A and N. A is if there's a consonant in the next word. N is if the next word starts with a vowel. It's not that hard, folks. Like, yeah, there's my pet peeves.
Cactus, I hate when people say finna too.
What's
that
finna?
Was another thing in South Carolina. It was like, instead of...
What is finna?
It's pretty much going to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna find the exact
that one would,
finna,
can I slap people? You said, Ronan, again, Ronan, I'm not trying to, that's my pet peeve. I'm not cutting you down or anybody that does that. That's fine. It's just, that's my pet peeve.
See means going to or intending to.
That
I'm finna do that. I think it's, I don't want to sound racist saying this, but I think it's a black thing.
Here's one other thing that bothers me. If people get mad at you and you happen to be of an older generation, and they say, oh, you boomer, you. Do you think that offends me?
What pisses me off is when people get Gen Z, Gen X, and all of them mixed up, and they call this generation Gen Z, which is my generation, and I am taking offense to that because I don't want to be included anywhere near this generation if they're going to talk like a bunch of fucking idiots and you don't understand a damn thing they're saying.
Well, the thing is I've had a couple people call me a boomer, and they said it as an insult, like, well, you boomer, like, and one of them was your ex, and the other one was Abby's ex, ironically.
Oh, well, they were both idiots.
And they think that offends me. Well, you know what? From that age, in my recollection, I can't speak tonight, is a lot of that stuff in that time era that I grew up, a lot of the stuff that's going now, like movies, songs, that a lot of that genre is coming back and becoming popular. So if our generation was so bad, then why do you like all that stuff from that era?
Not only that, but some of the things that Gen Z created was from the older time period, but it's like easier to understand, kind of. But these days, beige flag, I hate that.
What's that?
It's like, it's not a red flag, it's not a green flag, it's like in between, so it's a beige flag. Well, okay, I'm sorry, one more thing. The way they changed to ABCs.
Oh, that song, yeah.
Why would, instead of you make it so upbeat and easy for kids to learn, would you fucking slow down the ending?
Yeah, it's stupid. In case anybody didn't hear it, you don't want to hear it. It's just stupid. The other thing I don't like either, one last thing before we get into, because we're already almost at the 2-hour mark.
I see that.
When people, they don't want to listen to their kids these days. If a kid's telling you that there's a boogeyman in their room or something scaring them in their room, it's natural for a parent to go in and say, okay, honey, there's nothing to be afraid of, and open up the closet and that. But if night after night goes on, or if they're outside and they're saying they're seeing something or something scary, and this happens repeatedly, and you see the kid is scared to death, for God's sake, people, look into it a little further. Just don't dismiss it as a kid having nightmares or whatever.
There's so many like movies out there that are like, the kid is clearly seeing something or feeling a certain way, have repeatedly came to the parents because they trust them and told them what was going on and everything, and the parents are like, oh, you probably just had a bad nightmare, you're seeing things.
A perfect example would have been like when Abby called me that night when she got that scratch on her arm. Now, mind you, she wasn't a young kid, but she was still, you guys were young yet. And she's telling me about that scratch and burning on her arm. And I said, oh, honey, go back to sleep. It's okay. It's all in your imagination. And here she is, a scratch forming the word Amy on her hand.
Yeah.
And scaring the shit out of her, like, and me just dismissing it like nothing, like, come on, I mean, you're a parent, you're there to assure your kid that everything's all right, but if you see that repeatedly they're getting traumatized horribly bad, then look into it a little bit deeper. Just don't dismiss it as a bad nightmare. See what's causing this.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's so easy for parents to be like, oh, you're just having a bad nightmare, or your mind is playing tricks on you, just go back to sleep. Like, if your child is saying no, they saw something and they're very adamant and scared and terrified of whatever was seen or heard, then you better go fucking check it out.
Yeah, too many parents just, like Cactus said, they'll just brush it off, like, just hey, I don't know. I can't say that they're uncaring parents, but there's too many parents that just, I think they were taught that everything's just a bad dream or there's nothing to worry about.
I don't think it's that. I think that parents are told that kids have active imaginations, so they think that when a kid sees or hears something, it's their
automatically they dismiss it. So, folks, what do you want us to do? Because we're at almost the 2-hour mark. Do you want us, Linda, set a part 2 covering dreams on maybe a Monday night special or something? Or
I just said pet peeve number 1 for me: unexpected visitors. Agreed. Yes.
Yep. I don't like that. I mean, I don't mind if a visitor comes in that, but especially, I mean, what if you were just getting ready to go somewhere, or you were in the middle of something and you have an unexpected visitor and they're like, or are you talking about what for kids?
No, there's
okay. I don't.
Yeah, I am an introvert, so if I have to talk to anybody other than my family and friends, and maybe some Uber driver or something, then I won't even. I am such an introvert and so like weird and skittish that even if I know that I have a package coming, I'll wait for it by the door, but I won't pick it up until I've seen that the person left. And that's the same with the mail. If I see that we got mail, I won't go out and be like, oh, hey, thank you for the mail. I'm not like that. Nope. I will wait for them to drive the fuck away, and then I'll open the mailbox and get what I need out of there.
Okay, it looks like, since we lasted this long in here, we're going to cut it now. Do you want, I'm going to ask you guys another question then, part 2, because I am working on the other half of that, or the alternate ending on that story too. Do you want to have a Monday night special with part 2 dreams on Gathering Gab, like have a Gathering Gab thing? Or do you want us to just carry that on Tuesday's show and have the dreams and the alternate story? How do you want to do it? Because I know we are going on the 2-hour mark and people are wanting to go to sleep.
My man should be home soon.
So,
well, he might be. It might be late night. I don't know.
Part 2, yeah, but what, do you want it a special Monday or do you want it on a regular other side Tuesday? Tuesday? Okay, so we'll take a break now from now up until Tuesday.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I feel so awkward and weird when I have to do that, but it just, I won't talk. I don't like talking to people that I don't know.
But it's a common courtesy to do that, though. Hey, we're driving by the area. Are you guys available right now? Would you mind if we stopped in? Is that going to harm anything?
No, I'm talking about when like a male person drops off the mail. You know that you can see that they've done it, but you wait until they leave to go get the mail, or or you're expecting a package and you see that they dropped it off, and instead of like going out and being like, hey, thanks for the package, have a great day, or something nice.
I was looking on this.
I will literally I will wait for them to leave, and then I'll go out, pick up my package.
But that's what we're going to do then, guys. And so part 2 will be dreams. So think up about a bunch of your dreams that you want to talk about. I got a few. It'll give me a chance to think up more, and we'll try to figure out what these dreams could possibly mean. So dreams, possibly the Universal Yums, the assorted packet that I made up, which included in that is watermelon cookies.
Should be interesting.
So I'll make a schedule tomorrow for the whole next week. So Tuesday, Thursday, and
introverts of the world unite separately in their own rooms. Yes, maybe on Zoom call. Maybe on like a call.
Well, that's the same as when we get a package delivered. I'll say we'll peek out the window. When I see them driving away, then I'll open up the door and get it. I don't like
to conversate with anybody that I don't know.
Yeah. So, but okay, guys, we're at the almost 2-hour mark. Thank you guys for all showing up. This was an amazing show. I think we all covered a lot. And again, I do apologize. That's why I have the big disclaimer on the bottom. This wasn't meant for insults or to cut anybody down. It's strictly entertainment purposes. I hope you guys all had a great time, and it's nice to see what all of our little pet peeves were that we all had. So I thank you guys so much for joining in here tonight.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for understanding that even though I said the other side all week long, that it went to real talk. But Tuesdays will be the other side. Thursday will be real talk. Next Saturday's Gather and Gab will be the other side. So, Monkey, Ronan, all of you guys, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. You're just amazing. Gabriella has yet to make Monkey a thing on Real Talk here. But we will catch you on Tuesday, guys. I'm not going to, no more so. Good night, y'all. With that being said, since this is Real Talk, stay tuned, you guys.
Peace out.
Love you, love you, love you.
Great topic.